Holiday celebrations have always been a deeply significant aspect of African American culture, and this is especially true for African Americans in the military. From the Revolutionary War to the present day, Black soldiers have both celebrated and created holiday traditions that honor their heritage, faith, and unity. The ways in which African American soldiers have celebrated these holidays have evolved over time, reflecting broader social changes and the unique challenges and accomplishments of Black people in the United States. In these celebrations, African American service members found solace, community, and a moment to reflect on the dual struggle of fighting for freedom abroad while enduring racial oppression at home. The story of these celebrations is one of resilience and the power of cultural expression, even in the most challenging circumstances. During the Revolutionary War, African Americans served alongside colonial forces, though they faced discrimination and were often relegated to lesser roles. Black soldiers celebrated holidays in the ways they could, with many joining communal meals, religious services, and quiet gatherings that allowed them a brief respite from the stresses of battle. Christmas, in particular, became a moment for soldiers to reflect, pray, and find hope. Slaves who fought in the war in exchange for promises of freedom also used this time to contemplate a future beyond bondage, even if their service did not always yield that promised liberty. African American soldiers looked to holidays as a way to bond over shared hopes and ideals, even though many faced deep discrimination and exclusion from full military rights. As the Civil War unfolded, the celebration of holidays became an even more powerful and complex experience for African Americans in the military. Enlisted in the Union Army, Black soldiers were often segregated and faced discrimination from fellow soldiers and officers. But holidays were still moments to honor faith and family. Thanksgiving became especially meaningful, symbolizing gratitude for freedom and reflecting a sense of shared purpose among soldiers. Black troops gathered to give thanks and pray for strength, not only for themselves, but also for their families left behind in slavery or facing racial discrimination in the North. Christmas, too, was a time of reflection, with many soldiers writing letters home to loved ones, sharing both their joys and hardships. These letters became records of resilience, capturing the heart of Black soldiers who fought to secure freedom not only for themselves, but also for generations to come. After the Civil War, African Americans in the military continued to serve during times of peace and conflict, from the Indian Wars to the Spanish-American War. During these years, Black soldiers developed unique ways to celebrate holidays within segregated regiments, establishing traditions that strengthened their sense of unity and pride. Independence Day, for example, held particular meaning for Black soldiers who saw their service as a direct contribution to the ideals of freedom and equality. Gatherings on the 4th of July included speeches, music, and prayer, serving as both a celebration of national ideals and a reminder of the ongoing struggle for Black Americans to be recognized as full citizens. These gatherings often attracted local African American communities, creating a sense of solidarity between Black soldiers and civilians, which helped bridge the gap between military and civilian life. World War I brought a new wave of holiday traditions for African American soldiers who faced segregation in the military and often served in labor-intensive roles rather than combat. Despite these challenges, Black soldiers held on to their holiday traditions, creating moments of joy and solidarity amid the hardships of war. Christmas celebrations included makeshift decorations, small religious services, and music, helping soldiers cope with the loneliness and dangers of deployment. Thanksgiving was another deeply important holiday, where soldiers would gather to express gratitude for their survival and perseverance, even while serving in segregated units. African American soldiers found ways to keep their spirits high, recognizing that their service and sacrifices were part of a broader struggle for respect and equality back home. These holiday moments were significant acts of resistance as they demonstrated the resilience of African American soldiers who refused to let discrimination rob them of their cultural traditions and sense of pride. The experiences of African American soldiers during World War II further highlight the significance of holiday celebrations. Despite continued segregation in the armed forces, Black soldiers drew strength from their shared heritage and culture. Many African American soldiers stationed overseas celebrated holidays such as Christmas and Thanksgiving with a sense of reverence and longing for family, while also building connections with other Black service members and even local communities. Religious services and festive meals became essential parts of holiday observances, offering a temporary escape from the realities of war and prejudice. For many, these holidays served as a reminder of what they were fighting for, not only to defend their country, but also to secure equality and justice for their communities. Celebrations became more organized, and with the support of organizations such as the Red Cross, African American soldiers were able to enjoy music, food, and holiday gatherings that made them feel closer to home. These holiday celebrations provided a foundation of unity and gave African American soldiers a chance to express their patriotism, pride, and determination, even in the face of ongoing inequality. In the post-World War II period, as the United States military became desegregated, African American soldiers began to experience more integrated holiday celebrations. The Civil Rights Movement paralleled these changes, as African American service members and veterans played active roles in advocating for equal rights. Holidays such as Memorial Day and Veterans Day took on new meaning for Black veterans, who used these occasions to honor the contributions and sacrifices of African Americans throughout history. They held memorials, parades, and gatherings to commemorate Black soldiers who had fought for a country that did not always recognize their worth. These holiday observances became public affirmations of the contributions African Americans had made to the nation and served as a platform to call for justice and equality. Black veterans groups organized celebrations that highlighted African American history and emphasized the link between military service and the broader struggle for civil rights. These gatherings also served to educate younger generations about the legacy of African American service members, instilling pride and encouraging a sense of duty to both country and community. As the Vietnam War escalated in the 1960s, African American soldiers brought a renewed sense of identity and cultural pride to their holiday celebrations. In addition to traditional holidays like Christmas and Thanksgiving, Kwanzaa began to gain popularity as a distinctly African American holiday that celebrated heritage, family, and community. While many soldiers observed Christmas and Thanksgiving with religious services, meals, and letters home, Kwanzaa provided an opportunity for Black soldiers to honor their roots and celebrate principles of unity, self-determination, and resilience. These celebrations were acts of cultural affirmation, helping soldiers maintain a sense of identity amid the psychological toll of war and the racial tensions that were still present in the military. Black soldiers often bonded over music, storytelling, and discussions about social justice, creating a sense of solidarity that supported them through the trials of combat. These holiday observances served as a means of resistance as Black soldiers claimed space to celebrate and honor their culture in a system that frequently marginalized them. In the decades following the Vietnam War, African American service members continued to observe holidays with a blend of patriotism and cultural pride. As the military became more diverse and inclusive, African American traditions and holidays became more widely recognized and respected within the armed forces. Holidays such as Martin Luther King Jr. Day gained official recognition in the 1980s, and black service members celebrated it with speeches, marches, and community service projects that honored Dr. King's legacy and the ongoing fight for civil rights. For many African American soldiers, MLK Day provided an opportunity to reflect on the principles of justice and equality, values they had long fought to uphold within the military and in their civilian lives. These celebrations emphasized the importance of African American contributions to the nation's history and promoted a sense of pride and purpose that inspired service members to continue striving for progress and unity. Today, African American soldiers celebrate holidays with an awareness of the rich legacy of resilience and sacrifice that defines their history. From Thanksgiving and Christmas to Juneteenth and Martin Luther King Jr. Day, these celebrations honor the contributions of black soldiers while also reflecting the cultural diversity that has shaped the United States military. Juneteenth, which commemorates the end of slavery in the United States, has become an especially significant holiday for African American service members, celebrated with parades, gatherings, and educational events. Juneteenth serves as a powerful reminder of the struggle for freedom and the ongoing journey toward equality. For black soldiers, Juneteenth is a day to reflect on both the progress that has been made and the work that remains. These holiday celebrations provide moments of joy, reflection, and community, allowing African American soldiers to honor their heritage and connect with one another across ranks and backgrounds. In the evolving tradition of holiday celebrations, African American service members continue to find ways to express their cultural identity, honor their history, and build bonds of solidarity. These celebrations go beyond simply marking a date on the calendar. They are expressions of identity, unity, and hope. They remind African American soldiers of their unique role within the military and the broader American story. By celebrating holidays with a sense of pride and purpose, African American soldiers honor not only their personal heritage, but also the collective journey of Black Americans who have fought for freedom and equality throughout history. These holiday traditions are a testament to the enduring spirit of African American soldiers and their commitment to justice, resilience, and unity. If you like this video and know someone in the military, please share it with them. Thank you for watching.